Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe, he's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Good morning. Welcome to the Shady Rest. Thank you. Uncle Joe! Uncle Joe! We did it. Every room in the hotel is rented. We're completely full.
No kidding.
Won't Mom be thrilled when we write and tell her?
Yeah, well, it was in the cards. You take skillful planning, top-level management, shrewd executive know-how. It had to happen.
It sure helped if the Pixie Hotel burned down.
Well, if you want to include that.
Anyway, we've got our work cut out for us now.
Yeah, we sure have, honey. It's going to take a lot of executive planning.
Hi, everybody. Here's the mail.
Oh, say, is there anything for me from the Old Boy Daisy Novelty Company?
Sorry, Uncle Joe.
Oh, gone. I've been waiting 2 weeks for them cufflinks autographed by Eddie Albert.
Oh, my gosh. What? There, it's Cousin May. She's coming here. She's what? Just heard about your mother being away, but don't worry, as I am flitting to Hooterville immediately to make sure all is well. Gee.
What's going on? What's that?
Mom's Cousin May is coming here to make sure we're doing everything all right.
She's coming to help us out? That's like throwing an anchor to a drowning sailor.
And everything was going along so well. I know. Why don't we move and not leave a forwarding address?
Now, let's not panic. Let's handle this diplomatically.
And so, if you don't mind being exposed to the bubonic plague, we'd love to have you. That's very good.
Just starting to roll. I guess we should mention that the hotel was washed away in the flood. Living in a tent ain't so bad if we had something to eat.
We had something to eat?
Yeah, get a load of this. Ever since the cannonball ran off the Willow Creek Bridge, we've been cut off from the outside world.
Yes, yes.
If for any reason you can't come, we'll all understand. Love, etc., etc.
Uncle Joe, you're an evil genius.
Oh, that's nothing. You want to hear what I write to the Internal Revenue Service? I send that airmail special delivery. And if Cousin May pays us a visit after that,
I'm here, everybody. Cousin May.
There goes a great literary effort down the drain.
There you are. Oh, you poor darlings. I know what a task it must be trying to run things by yourselves. But never fear, Maybelle is here.
How'd you get here, May?
Well, it was the most fortunate thing. I was making connections in Riverdale when who did I run into but little old Steve here? And he brought me down in his private plane.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Couldn't stick to spraying crops, huh?
Joe, she was coming here anyway.
Well, something might have happened to her.
Well, I gotta be getting on home.
Coward.
You leaving?
Yeah, we're doing a remodeling job on the cottage.
Really? Well, you just give that little old Betty Jo a great big smooch from her Cousin May and tell her I'll be there just as soon as I get things straightened out here. I'm a whiz at interior decorating.
Yeah, well, we're kind of decided as to what we want.
Ah, but the best laid plans act gang a glee, as we say in the South. No, we don't say that in the South. Well, tell her I'll be there anyway.
Okay, well, I'll tell her you're coming.
Bye. Well, now, as soon as we get me settled down in my room, we can get right down to all our problems. Well, that's our first problem. What is? We don't have a room.
Hey, that's right. We're all full up. We don't have a place to put you. Gee, what a shame, May. I'll tell you what you do. You just run along and come back later. We'll have something open up in the next 3 or 4 months.
Oh, now, something will work out. Something always always does.
Stanley, you handle this or I will. Come on, come on, come on.
Is there something I can do for you, Mr. Benson?
Well, I'm afraid I have a complaint.
Oh?
That is, Mrs. Benson has a complaint. She almost always has, of course, but I demand satisfaction.
Oh, good man.
Yes, ma'am?
I am Maybelle Jennings. My cousin Kate is the proprietor of this place, but I'm just here to help out while she's away. Now then, is there anything I can do for you, Mr.
Benson.
Ben?
Stanley Benson.
Benson.
Yeah, well, I really don't know where to start. Well, first of all, we don't seem to have enough hangers in our closet. And I had to carry my own bags. And our window shade won't stay up.
For crying out loud, is that all you want?
Oh, now, Mr. Carson, is that a way to win friends? Surely you can see that in Mr. Benson here, you are dealing with a man who is used to getting his own way. Oh, you are a man of action, aren't you?
Well...
Oh, I can tell. I've seen men of action and authority at work. Sometimes they appear to be meek and mild, but that's only because they're so confident.
Really?
They don't need to bluster or swagger. This is a male fist in a velvet glove. Now, you just sit back and dictate exactly what you're demanding of us.
Well, I'm not really demanding.
Oh, of course you are. Pour it all out. Criticize anything you want.
Well, I don't feel like criticizing.
What do you mean, everything is all right?
Well...
Stanley?
I was just telling Maybelle here, Miss Jennings, of our needs.
Oh? I'm more or less in charge here.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, we don't have any needs. We're leaving.
Leaving?
That's right. Send someone up for our bags immediately. Come, Stanley.
But, dearest...
Stanley!
Boy, you sure handle that. Now we got a vacant room on our hands.
Well, then there's a place for me. You see, I told you something would work out. Silly boy.
Petticoat Junction will return after these messages. To Petticoat Junction.
Hi there, Mr. Drucker.
Well, Cousin May, I heard you were in Hooterville. How are you finding things?
Oh, well, it's been quite a struggle, but I finally managed to straighten things up at the Shady Rest.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Now, tell me, Mr. Drucker, how does the Shady Rest handle its account with your store?
Oh, they generally pay me by the 10th.
The 10th of what?
Well, it depends on how they're doing down there. Could be the 10th of January, the 10th of April, whatever.
Goodness gracious, that doesn't sound very businesslike.
Well, it's good enough for us. We always do everything on a handshake.
Well, from now on, everything's going to be different. We're starting a whole new policy.
What?
You'll be paid in cash on the 1st of each month.
Well, now, wait a minute. A thing like that could foul up my bookkeeping.
And because you're going to be paid in cash on the 1st, we'll be expecting a little old 2% discount on everything we buy from the store.
2% discount? Now, hold on here.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to be, Mr. Drucker.
Does Kate know about this?
No, but she'll thank me when she sees how I've corrected this slipshotty way of doing business.
It's not slipshotty. It's just friendly, that's all.
Well, it certainly seems slipshotty to me. I mean, nobody knows where anybody else stands.
Kate and me know where we stand. If she needs credit, she gets it. When things are doing good down at the Shady Rest, she pays me in full, maybe with a chicken dumpling dinner for interest. We've been doing things that way for years, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
Mr. Drucker, we'll be expecting the 2% discount. I'm sorry, but it's my duty to the Shady Rest to be firm about this.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's my duty to me to turn you down.
Mr. Drucker, do you know what this means? It means that the Shady Rest will be taking all of its business to that big new market in Pixley.
Well, if that's the way it's going to be, that's the way it's going to be.
Mr. Drucker, darling, did you understand what I just said? I said that...
I understood perfectly.
How come you girls are empty-handed?
Mr. Drucker wouldn't give us any groceries. Our credit has been cut off.
How'd that come about? As if I didn't know.
You're right. It's all due to Cousin May.
Yeah, well, this time she's going just a little bit too far. I can put up with most anything, but when she starts meddling with her groceries, she's asking for it. Where is she now?
I think she was going to drop by Betty Joe's. I've been wanting to get over and see you, but we've been remodeling and...
I know, Sugar. Steve told me all about it, and that's exactly why I'm here, to help you with the redecorating.
Oh, well, Cousin May, we appreciate your help.
Oh, now don't you worry your pretty little head. My goodness, darling, you're not imposing one bit. That's why I'm here to help. Now, I'll tell you what, you sit right down here and let's plan the whole thing. Now, first, I think we maybe ought to... Pretty. Oh, but don't we think that maybe this could be a little... And maybe this a little more like that?
I guess so.
Well, now, aren't you going to tell Cousin May what this is for?
I'm waiting for a date.
Oh? Well, when is he due?
Not for a half hour, but I don't want to be late. Not for Jeff.
Pretty important, huh? Well, Missy, you're going about it all the wrong way. Now, you run right on back upstairs.
But Cousin May...
Honey, this is strategy. You don't wait for the boy. He waits for you.
But Jeff doesn't like to be kept waiting.
No man likes it, but that's how we train him. Now, run on in.
But Cousin May...
Up. All the way back to your room, you hear? I'll let you know when it's time. That's my girl. Yes?
I'm looking for Bobby Joe.
Oh? Which one are you?
Which one?
Boyfriend. She has so many, you know, flitting in and flitting out.
Really? Well, my name's Jeff Powers.
Oh, yes. She mentioned you might drop by.
Well, we had a date.
A date? So early?
We're going to an astronomy lecture. I want to be sure of getting a good seat. Could I call
A lecture? On a date?
Professor Mansfield? The topic is Whither Saturn.
You're fooling.
I want to be late. Bobby Joe?
Oh, hush now. My goodness. Girls as popular as Bobby Joe can't be rushed.
Yeah, but...
She'll be down in a half hour or so.
Half an hour?
You must learn to have more patience.
But I'm going to miss Professor Mansfield.
How can you compare waiting for a girl like Bobby Joe with missing a lecture by Professor Mansfield?
You're right. Tell her I've gone ahead. If she's interested, she can come later.
Cousin May, didn't I hear Jeff?
He left. Well, don't worry. He'll appreciate you much more the next time.
But I don't want to wait till the next time. Jeff! He's gone.
Well, you showed him.
Yeah, I showed him.
Well, all we wanted to do was take you to a lecture. Now, what's the fun in going to a lecture?
The fun is coming home.
Petticoat Junction will return after these messages.
What do you want, stranger?
Come on now, Sam. I come in to patch things up.
Well, you did, huh?
Sure. We've been friends too long to let something come between us like this.
Get your meat hooks out of there.
That any way to treat an old customer?
You ain't a customer, period. The account is closed.
That's May's doings, and you know it.
I didn't hear you give any countermanding orders.
Well, it ain't easy with someone as strong-willed as May. You just don't know what it's like.
I gotta grant you she's kind of hard to deal with.
And you're only talking as the opposition. You should see how it is when she's on your side. Once and for all, I'm offering you my hand. I'm willing to forgive and forget. What's the matter? Why don't you shake?
Well, I was just thinking. There's a lot to be said in favor of being enemies with you. For one thing, I save a lot on your freeloading.
That does it. I'm withdrawing my handshake, you cheapskate.
Well, that suits me just fine, you moocher.
I'll never set my foot in this store again as long as I live.
That's the best news I've heard in years. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Sam. Uncle Joe.
Boy, are you a creep for sore eyes.
Much as I hate to agree with him, I do. We could use a touch of sanity around here. Here, have a cookie.
I don't mind if I do.
I see things haven't changed any.
No, I'm still taking a beating.
What brings you here, Ellen?
Say, I'm off to see the world.
And you're starting with Hooterville?
Can't think of a better place.
But isn't this the middle of the school season?
That's all behind me. I have clapped my last eraser. There's the good old cannonball. Well, it's time for me to get down to Shady Rest.
Well, they sure could use you.
What do you mean by that?
You better fill her in on the train, Joe.
Yeah, it'll take the whole trip. Where's your bags, Ellen?
Right there.
Don't worry, darling. Everything works out for the best. That's my philosophy.
she do now? Well, while she was in Pixley, she ran into my agent who was coming here to tell me about a booking he had for me in Topeka. The one you were waiting for? Well, she told him I wasn't interested in small town stuff. It had to be Chicago or nothing. And? Nothing. Oh, that's horrible. I've been waiting so long for this engagement, and she passes it off with everything works out for the best. That's the same thing she told me when Jeff ran out on me last night. She's fixed it so I doubt if Steve will ever speak to me again.
Harold, look who's here.
How are you? So good to see you. Oh, what a welcome on this overcome.
And our little bride. What are you doing here? I thought you had a husband.
Oh, she did. I mean, she did until Cousin May came.
What do you mean? What's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing. You know how it is with Cousin May. She doesn't mean any harm. No, it just turns out that way.
Listen, you girls are worse than Uncle Joe here. May is a fine, warm person. She wouldn't do anybody any harm. So I think you're making a mistake if you think she's doing anything but just helping out here.
Oh, did I hear my name mentioned? Helen! Oh, Helen, how wonderful to see you.
May, darling, you look as beautiful as ever.
Oh, thank you. Well, what on earth brings you here?
She's on a trip around the world. How's that for a good idea?
Around the world? Oh, how exciting.
Yes, this is my first stop. In fact, I had my travel agent send all my reservations here.
You did?
Yes, see, they weren't confirmed when I left, so I, What's the matter?
Well, you know, I bet that's what came for you in the mail yesterday.
They've arrived. Good, then you have them.
No.
No?
Well, I sent them back.
Oh, weren't they addressed to me, care of Shady Rest?
Yes, but you weren't here.
Well, darling, didn't it occur to you that I might be coming if I had something sent here?
Well, you know the thought flitted through my mind, but I dismissed it.
Join the group.
May, where did you send them back to?
Well, let me think now. I either sent them to the airline, or to the steamship company, or to your travel agent, or to your home address.
She's got it narrowed down to anywhere.
Oh, well, they'll turn up sooner or later. Now, why don't you just go on ahead, and I'll send them to you somewhere along the line.
May, without my tickets, I can't go anywhere.
Oh. Well, like I always say, everything always turns out for the best.
So now you see what we're up against. So it didn't take long to convert me.
What are we going to do? She's really very sweet and means well. But if she stays much longer...
I got it. Why don't we drop her some hints that we want her to leave? You know, like change the lock on her door.
Joe, that's mean.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We don't want to hurt her.
So let's do it in a kindly way. Let's give her a party.
Oh, that's a great way to get rid of her.
It could be. If it's a farewell party.
I declare, this is the loveliest farewell party I've ever had.
Oh, May, I can only say one thing. You deserve it. Yeah, we all realize you came here to give us a helping hand. Every one of us has been touched by it. Now that you're leaving, I think I speak for everybody when I say, nice going.
Well, bless you all, and goodbye.
I'll eat to that. Make mine a big piece.
Ellen, I'd like to say you got here just in time.
Oh, you all would have done something.
Yeah, like have a civil war. Now look at him. I may even leave the lid off the cookie jar when old Fatso comes around. Yes, sir, Ellen, you've done a job that even Kate couldn't do any better.
Hey, don't you think it's about time for the coup de grace?
sweetest folks I ever did see.
Well, May, we just wanted to show you how we feel.
I know. And that's why I could never leave you now.
You what?
Well, knowing how you feel, I couldn't deprive you of me.
May, dear, I know how much your offer means to these people, but they can't let you do it. The sacrifice is too much.
Sacrifice?
You know what happens this weekend, don't you? The spring cotillion in Savannah.
The spring cotillion?
And you know you never could miss that.
Oh, no. Could you please forgive me if I just flit out?
Oh, yes, we'll forgive you.
Bless you all. I'll just go up and get my bags. They're all packed.
I just happen to have your things right down here.
Yes, and if y'all ever need me to come and help again, you just holler and I'll come a-flitting. You hear now?
Maybelle, we will miss you so. So long, Maybelle, how we hate to see you go. And we'll all be longing for you, Maybelle, while you roll. So long, Maybelle, get to come back home.
Up next, an hour of Eds. Stay tuned for Mr. Ed, followed by the Ed Sullivan Show, here on TV Land.
Petticoat Junction.